What's up guys, Josh from the Shy here and welcome to my top 5 games of 2014. Now it's been a mixed year for games really, there's been some disappointments, but overall I think it's been a very good year for gaming in general. Next gen consoles really sort of got set in their stride for new releases and I think it's been a really good year. Definitely for me, there's been some real nice surprises. So, without further ado, here is number 5, my top 5 games of 2014. At number 5 on the list is, of course, Destiny. This is number 5 for one major reason, which I'll get to in a minute. Destiny is a great new IP. Bungie, who are sort of veterans of FPS with Halo, have got their gameplay mechanics perfect in this game. The classes are really fun to use and varied. I did play with the Warlock myself, but I will play the other classes at some point in the future. And the first 10 hours or so are amazing, and although the story's a bit weak, it's enough to keep you playing, because that combined with the sort of MMO element, the co-op stuff, the fact that when you're in the tower, the main hub, buying all your gear and stuff, you're seeing other people running around and that kind of thing. That is really, really cool. And the PvP was really good as well. I mean, Bungie basically took what they did with Halo and they improved it and added all the new cool abilities, and the fact you had your own unique loadouts was really cool. And in true Bungie style, the visuals were amazing, the level design was really, really good, and the skyboxes just looked beautiful. But what let this game down, and the reason it's only number 5 for me, is just that grind after level 20 is what let the game down for me. The lack of the background lore in the game itself, I mean it was in there in the Grimoire cards which you could read, but in the actual game itself there was so much cool lore they could have included, they just didn't. And the fact that after level 20 it's just so repetitive to just grind your way through those levels and get that light armour, it just really made me lose interest in the game, to be honest. And I didn't buy the DLC, The Dark Below, and I don't know if I will, maybe in the future if it comes down in price. So at the moment I just haven't got that much interest in the game anymore. Despite this, the first 10 to 15 hours were really fun, and the spot on gameplay mechanics along with the MMO aspect as well will bring me back to the game in the future. So that's it for number 5. Time for number 4. Number 4 for me is Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. Now, although I don't own a Wii U myself, I've played a heck of a lot of this game around my friend Pat's house, and I must say it is pure fun for me. It is really, really fun. Just the addition of the 8-player Smash is just crazy. It's so hectic and so fast paced, and you don't have a clue what's going on half the time, but it's so fun and so addictive to keep playing. I absolutely love it. And we pretty much did like a whole day, the day after launch in the UK, with pretty much 8 of us for the whole day. Some people had to go, but pretty much 8 of us for the whole day. It was so much fun. There's so many great characters to use, new ones, but for me, my favourite will be probably Ganondorf or Captain Falcon. Definitely the heavy hitters for me. And another cool thing they added, well, apart from all the other stuff as well, is Smash Tour, which surprisingly is a fun little party mode, which I actually like quite a lot. So that's my thoughts on Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, and that was number 4. It's time for number 3. Number 3 for me is Borderlands the pre-sequel. Now, it's more the same, which is a good thing in this case. It's that same good fun Borderlands experience with a great sense of humour. New skill trees which are really, really fun to play, new interesting characters and old returning ones, and the humour was so good. Some of the characters, the stuff they were saying was just so funny, it was getting us in stitches. Some of those random characters you can think of were just randomly saying stuff, we loved our playthrough of that. The story was really well done. Jack's ascent into madness is done really, really well. The game is set before the second game, but there's some parts of it which are set after it, so it is kind of like a prequel to the second game and a sequel at the same time, as the title suggests, but also a sequel to the first game. Yeah. And the game, at the end of the game, does hint to future games in the franchise, which is really cool. But I think the main point for me is that it has that classic fun Borderlands co-op experience. And the saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just tweak it a bit, which is what they've done in this one. They've basically taken the co-op experience, which has been the same from the first Borderlands, and improved it ever so slightly for each game up to this point now, where it is just really, really fun co-op. For that alone, this game is worth it. And it seemed like it could be just sort of like a DLC which has been turned into a full game, but no, it's not. It's a pretty full-length Borderlands game. We've sunk so many hours into it. We've done 2 playthroughs now. We did our first playthrough, and then we did a second playthrough to get to max level. Really, really fun. Slightly disappointed with the DLC. At the moment, there's no real story DLC for it. There's still one more unannounced DLC coming for it. Whether that be story or not, I don't know. But the core game itself, really, really good. Lots of fun. Great co-op action, as always, with Borderlands. So that was number 3 in my top 5 games. Next is number 2. Number 2 for me is Alien Isolation. Now this game really kind of surprised me at the same time as really pleased me, because I was kind of worried about how good it was going to be after disappointment with Colonial Marines, but it was a completely different company making it, and it just seemed like they were putting a lot of work into it and were fans of the original Alien film, so it had all the ingredients to be really good, and it was really, really good. The really cool, interesting story, which was a decent length. It's crafted more as like an interactive story rather than a game. It was like an interactive story with game elements in it, like survival horror in it. Its main purpose was to tell a really good story, but at the same time be shit scary. So many good moments in that, I was just shitting myself. Not just the alien, there is the android as well. Really, really, really scary, but really, really well done. Staged true to the Alien franchise style, especially the original film by Ridley Scott. Everything about the design of the ship to the sort of 80s future tech vibe of it, that kind of thing, really, really good. Good AI, Alien itself, and the androids, so unpredictable. You think they've gone around the corner and then they just come back. And yeah, you generally just don't know where they are sometimes. You've got the motion tracker, but sometimes they just disappear off it because they got out of the range or to around to the side of it, and you're just like, shit, where are they? And sometimes the alien itself can hear the beeping on your motion tracker. There's a point when I was hiding in a locker and it heard the beeping and it ripped open the locker and got me, and I shit myself nearly. So yeah, that is really, really well done. Graphically, it looks good. Some really nice textures. I think in my first video you can tell I look at the floor, I'm just like, wow, look at this textures, like really nice texture work. Character models, pretty nice and decent. Amazing use of lighting, especially, you know, the dark eerie lighting with faint lighting in the distance, and some amazing views, like especially when you look out windows and you see some of the rest of the space station and the distant stars and the sun in the distance. Really, really well done. And along with that amazing visuals is amazing use of sound. Obviously the sound of the alien footsteps, it coming out of vents, the creepy voices of those androids, and that just sense of being alone and just hearing that boop beep of that motion tracker. Really, really, really good. So that was number 2, Alien Isolation. Now it's time for number 1. So this is it, number 1, my top game of 2014, and it is Dragon Age Inquisition. This was a real nice surprise for me. Like, I was hoping this game was going to be good, because after the slight disappointment with Mass Effect 3 and the pretty mediocre Dragon Age 2, the hopes on this one were kind of mixed. Some people saying they've really learnt from the previous games, and so we're going to be really careful with this one. At the same time, was just their rush to get it out going to get the better of them? No, I think they've done a really good job with this one. BioWare kind of back in business, and I have really, really good hopes for Mass Effect 4, or whatever the next Mass Effect's going to be. Definitely. Really, really, really good story. A decent time to finish. It's not rushed, it's a carefully crafted story that builds up nice and slowly. Then you get a good character introduced halfway through, which as the villain. It's a formidable villain. There is a really large threat. Like the last one was kind of, there wasn't a massive threat. Yes, there was quite a really cool, interesting, quite deep story to do with the Mages and Templars, whereas this one is pretty much the world's going to end and this guy is the guy you need to kill. It's a large threat and you are tasked with stopping him, basically. There is lots and lots and lots to do in this game. Side quests everywhere, loads and loads of collection things to pick up, items, crafting gear, crafting weapons, potions, runes, that kind of thing. Yeah, just so much to do. I've sunk in about 60 hours into it, and that was with me kind of at the beginning doing every side quest I could, and then towards the end, because I wanted to finish it, kind of rushing towards the end. Not rushing, but focusing on the main storyline itself at the end. But yeah, about 60 hours to finish the game, with, I'd probably say, just over 50% of the content done. So yeah, and there's still a lot I haven't done. There's loads and loads of side quests to do. I didn't do too much of the crafting stuff. There's a few areas that I haven't really looked around that much. The dragons, there's dragons to face. I haven't done them yet. I tried one and died. Terribly died really, really quickly. So yeah, I will go back and do them sometime. But I've got other games I want to play, but that is definitely something I want to go back to, and you can carry on playing after you complete the story. So we'll go back and do some more of those side quests, take on those dragons, and yeah, definitely my game of the year. Really, really cool, interesting characters, some returning characters. Something I thought really cool was Hawk returned from the second game, and you can customize Hawk. You can import your Hawk for the second game using Dragon Age Keep. You can import all your decisions from the first and second game, and you can import your Hawk, what they were actually like, the decisions and their gender. But then in game, because you can't import the appearance, you can basically just customize what they look like. So you could have your Hawk from the second game, which is really cool. And yeah, their character. Yeah, really cool other characters. Varric's back, Cassandra, who was in the second game, Liliana, they're returning ones. Morrigan comes back and plays quite a large role, which I was pleased with, because I did like Morrigan as a character in the first game, so it's nice to see her back. It's quite a large role in this one. Yeah, really, really good. Fun characters, some new ones, some really funny characters, some badass characters. Yeah, really, really, really fun characters in this game. One of them, Iron Bull, he's a Kunari, and he's not the normal sort of Kunari you'd expect. Well, he is kind of, but he's really kind of funny and makes jokes, and it's just, yeah, he was my tank basically, and he was such a good character to play with. And there's so many others. Definitely BioWare have always been good at making really good characters that you like and care about, and it's no different than this game. Really, really, really good. Graphically, it is one of the best games on PS4. Not necessarily on PC, obviously. I guarantee this game looks better on PC, and there's other games which look better than this, but definitely on PS4 this is one of the best games so far. Really nice texture work for an RPG, definitely. Really nice sort of landscapes you're seeing. Character models are slightly lacking. I mean, the hair looks a bit weird, but the clothing and like chainmail and stuff looks really, really nice. But yeah, those long distance views and skyboxes and stuff, and the texture work is just outstanding. Ice in this game, ice looks so good. It's got depth to it. You can see like layers of ice underneath all frozen up, and you can see water and stuff underneath it. Really, really well done. Definitely really, really good. Nice surprise. End of the year, game of the year for me. So that was my top 5 games of 2014. I hope you enjoyed the countdown, guys. Now I will be doing a video soon of sort of my most anticipated games 2015, so keep an eye out for that. But for now, all I want to say is I hope you had a good year gaming in 2014, and all the best for the next year of gaming. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. As always, please leave a like, comment and share the video, and subscribe to me if you want. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.